You've had your whole fucking life to think things over. What good's a few minutes more gonna do you now?
It's not a tumor.
Jesus.
Fucktard.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Drop!
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Metro Detroit. This is HBL Radio Nation. Am I on fire? Am I on fire? Hello, lighters. I just wanted to point out that as DJT said in his trial for 2 days in a row,
I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come.
because he fell fucking asleep.
I'm gonna come.
Fucking asshole. What a petulant child.
Tony, I'm sorry. I can't continue the show. Tony, you need to burn that drop.
Yeah.
You need to get rid of that drop and burn it. I'm serious. I don't ever want to hear that again. Holy fuck all.
Yeah, it's
he is
not
giggling
good.
over there because
I
he
know.
knows
He knows
he
it's
got
gross.
to us.
He knows it's
So
disgusting.
gross. It's so gross. I
It's
can't
so
even
gross.
move my.
I know.
I can't even move my mouth when I say it. It's so,
So
gross.
All right, welcome to HBL Radio Nation. I'm Diane Russell.
And I'm Brian P. Gallagher, and here's my libation part one for the evening. I've got a small baseball bat of a dog walker that I'm going to be smoking right now.
Yay.
Now, before this started, I got very aggro, and I made it a point to, I got all pissed off about this whole thing because I made it a point to make you watch part of the 60-minute video of the Israeli hostage who was taken and who was released as part of the first round of the ceasefire hostage releases. And she told the horrifying story of not only being raped daily, and not only of what happened at that music festival, but she was thrown and she was tied up and she was thrown into the back of a pickup truck. And you saw the video, paraded around downtown Gaza. Palestinians, by the thousands, if not tens of thousands, were cheering them on. I'm sorry, but I've drawn a hard line in the sand on this one. Mm-hmm. I'm not standing with Netanyahu in any way, shape, or form. Fuck that douche nozzle. But I cannot stand with the Palestinians at this point. After that video, I cannot do it. It's a 60-minute video. Look it up.
It's from 60 Minutes, you mean?
Yeah, what did I say?
You said a 60-minute video, meaning it's 60 minutes long.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
from
dropped
60
the S.
minutes.
It's a 60 minutes video. Yeah, it's from 60 Minutes CBS News.
Motherfucker,
Yeah.
piece
It's
of
from
shit.
4 months ago. That's the one that you have to watch. And yeah, it's.
Can you drop the link
infuriating.
in the chat?
I'm trying to
from
think,
your
but
phone?
nothing happens.
What I can do is I can send the link to Tony, and I'll let him drop it.
All right, then do that. So that people can see this video for themselves and see
Yeah, you can get infuriated like
from the hostage, from her point of view, and how
not
awful
just her point of view, but there's actual video
of it
of people cheering.
Yeah. And how she was raped daily
That
and
actually happened.
a whole bunch of other horrible shit. So
Yeah.
we don't really cover that stuff over here. We're trying to stay to the States, but again.
But this one really
Well,
led my beliefs as far as what I'm going to believe, what I'm going to support, who I'm going to look at. I'm sorry, Palestinians, with all the all the shit going on and all the bombing, and I know a lot of your kids are getting killed, but you allowed Hamas to kill babies and to take all those hostages. You allowed all this shit to happen. You allowed Hamas to not only be legitimized, but to become a political party that you allowed to rise to power. And now you're pissed off that Israel, and I'm sorry, Netanyahu, I don't agree with him, but Israel is bombing some, hotel, or not hotels, hospitals in Gaza. And guess what? They're bombing them because you're allowing Hamas to operate underneath them, using your own people as human shields. I'm sorry. I'm done with the Palestinians. I'm not with Free Palestine anymore. I am completely against that after this video. I'm gonna try to send it off to
All right,
Tony
you
now.
send it off, and I'll look. We had them try to shut down the Golden Gate Bridge, and there was these protests over the weekend, and it's just all it is really the Russians pushing this propaganda and to be pro-Palestine and pro-Israel and all. You're just stoking more division. That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they want to do. So now you have all these young people on all these
Terrorists.
college campuses who are going on social media and they're seeing all this stuff about this and that and the other thing. Honey, you're 18, 19, 20 years old. Do you realize
Jack and shit and Jack left town?
Yeah, thank you. You don't know jack shit.
Yeah.
We were in Afghanistan for 21 years. So
Russia was there 20 before that. Yeah.
Where was your outrage there? Oh, you were a baby and you didn't fucking know about it? Oh, yeah. So, pluck your head out of your ass.
Tony, I sent you the link on your text, your textification. You can Twitterify it for everybody.
We have enough fucking fuckery going on right here at home, and that's what we normally cover here over here on HBL Radio Nation because we're
local. We're Michigan.
Yeah.
And in Michigan, in Dearborn, we had a bunch of Palestinians yelling out, "Death to America."
Yeah.
That's a big part of why I'm bringing this up. it does affect us here because
know.
we have such
I know
a
it
large
affects us here. I
population
know it affects us here, but it's also being pumped by Russian
I
disinformation
know that you know
campaigns
it.
on
Yeah,
social
yeah.
media.
Of course.
So
it's being
we
twisted.
have to,
We have
also
to try to
have our
keep you-
heads
Keep
on a
you on the straight
swivel.
and narrow.
On a swivel with the fucking fuckery. Because we know for the next 7 months it's going to be nothing but fuckery.
Jesus, wept on my pussy. I can't smoke that whole joint
Oh,
right now.
Jesus.
I'm going to have to pick it up later.
Jesus wept on my pussy. What the fuck kind of thing is that to say?
I didn't say that.
That's what you just said.
I said Jesus wept. I'm a pussy.
Oh. I thought you said on my pussy.
No. Jesus wept on my pussy. That's awesome. It's kind of like
I was like,
it's a
what?
Sad, it's a sad Christ, but you know.
What the fuck did you just say, dude?
You can't handle the truth.
No, I'm not. I'm not duplicating that again.
No, let's start over. I'm Diane Russell from
I'm
HBL
Brian
Radio.
P. Gallagher.
Oh my God.
Thanks. Welcome to the show. And welcome to your kids too. I see the teenagers out there listening.
Oh
and,
yeah.
And you have to pay attention to what's going on because you're being fed some bushi.
Yeah. Well, we know that. We all know that. So let's move to what's going on here because we have our own fuckery right here. Like, while everyone was, fully aghast at the Arizona resurrecting the 1864 abortion ban to justify their idiocy, Alito cited Hale from 1675 to overturn Dobbs for Dobbs to overturn Roe.
Yeah.
1675.
Yeah. How can you reasonably, as a reasonable human being, how can you look at these laws and reasonably consider them knowing that things like cameras didn't exist at that time. Penicillin didn't exist at this time. Indoor plumbing did not. You were shitting in a hole that you had a fancy little hut around.
Yeah.
But you were shitting in a hole at the point in time. That was the lead technology there. And washing your hands, kind of secondary.
Yeah. You were lucky if you took a shower ever.
Oh, once a week.
You couldn't drink water because it was...
You could bathe
You only
once
drank
a week.
beer.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
women would have to bathe after you.
Oh,
Think
God.
about that. Oh.
I think I'm going to barf already.
This is where the phrase "don't throw the baby out with the bathwater" is because it got so dark by the time that the youngest child was bathed from everyone else's funk.
You think you would do it the other way around?
No, that shows what human beings are. We're egotistical, narcissistic fucks is what we are all across the board.
Wow. It's men. Men that get the first bath. They get the first food. They get the better pay. They get the jobs. We didn't have jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I was reading in one of my books the other day. It was kind of a quote. And it was about movies. And back in the day, they didn't have the word sexual harassment. You know, like pre-code Hollywood and all that stuff, right?
Baby, it's cold
But
outside.
there's
a whole song about it.
Right, but sexual harassment was insinuated by having a job. Because if you had a job, you worked with men, and you were going to be...
She wants to be one of the boys.
Sexually harassed. Yeah, and I just found that... And I just literally, kind of opened the book to a page and just started reading. And that's what I read. And I was like, yeah, we're kind of going through that again now. We're still going through it.
Do you know what they called women in the 70s in England and Scotland and Wales
Birds?
and Ireland? No, they still use bird. A bird is a slang for a hot chick.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, she's a dime. You know, she's a bird. So I'm chatting up this fine bird, right? You know, that's what they use for that. No, they were using, what was it? I got dragged off into that.
Oh, well, you'll think about it.
It was in the 70s, and
You insignificant. Well, think
back
about
up
that
with it.
while
I'll
think
come
about
back
that
up
while
with it.
I'm
Yeah.
finishing here because
go with it.
so you got the rule for the 1864, but Alito cited Hale from 1675 for Dobbs to overturn Roe. So allowing and normalizing the 1675 thing allowed the ruling to go to 1864. Do you get what I'm saying here?
Yes.
By going back that far.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, you guys. You want to keep fucking with us? Arizona, keep fucking with us.
I remember
Arizona
the term,
now has like 81% of the population want. I thought it was 81.
I remember the term now. And I believe that if they want to push this law from 1860, whatever the fuck,
75, yeah.
anything that they want to push on that, they should use the terminology from those days where women were called the fair sex. Go ahead and use that terminology. See how that works for you, boys. I don't think it's going to come across very well. There is going to be a blue wave coming that you haven't seen before because women have just had enough. You know why I know this? Because they're not saying it in polls. I've been married long enough to know that when my wife goes silent, she is fucking pissed. When she says nothing to me, uh-oh.
Now you're an asshole.
Uh-oh.
You got that? You're an asshole.
That's real though. That's a thing.
Now a warning?
Nothing.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing I could ever fucking hear.
That's when.
Like,
that's
what
when
did I do?
Silence is
Nothing.
not complicity. That's when there's a silent rage brewing in there, and it's going to come out eventually.
Yes. So that's when we get to election day, and it's like, so, you guys were thinking about taking over my body and my autonomous functions.
And you blew it!
And there's going to be a blue wave. They're going to vote against everything red, as they should. The Red Party is getting nothing done. It is spectacular. They are failing worse than they have in 148 years as far as getting things done. They have passed fewer bills this year than they have in 148 years.
27, something ridiculous. Christine says, Dobbs' decision made every of settled law reversible. Made every decision, I think she made. Dobbs' decision made every of settled law reversible. So every rule, maybe. She may feel like she's missing a word there, but I get what she's saying. If Dobbs can be overturned, then that means every fucking law can be overturned.
Yeah.
So nothing, literally nothing is off limits. You could be slaves again. Women could have no vote anymore. You know, just 20 million things. You could tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, from what Big Stefan said on here. Big Stefan or Big Stefan? I'm not sure what.
Stefan,
Stefan.
Kiss my ass.
Was talking a little bit about Carrie Lake. And that lunatic was talking about how everybody needs to strap on a Glock. So I'm pretty much thinking that, like, if you needed an abortion and you were in front of Carrie Lake, she would be okay if you could shoot it out. If you could actually use a weapon to kill it, I'm pretty certain she would be okay with that. That's how much of a nutbag this lady is. She's talking all kinds of shit about, like, everybody needs to be walking around with guns.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
A fantasy land that never occurred. In the when you use the term Wild Wild West, it's like the Wild West. But in the Wild West, you could not enter a town strapped to the hilt. You had to go and turn your stuff in.
There was rules back then. She said strap on a Glock and go to the voting booths.
And you're not allowed to carry at an election location. Yeah. Especially because so many of them are at schools and churches.
Yeah. And how about, or, you know, courthouses and things like that. Some of them are at, federal buildings or whatever.
That's true.
So, don't go to a voting booth with a gun, you guys. Not a good idea.
No.
You might be arrested. People there are going to call the cops.
If you feel the need for a weapon, do not bring it when you vote. Period.
No. And if people are standing out like last year or in 2020, when, you know, you got these ammo-sexuals standing out voting booths, to intimidate voters, arrest them. They don't need to be there with a gun. The only people who need to be there to watch things going on is security or police or anything like that. If you don't have a badge, get the fuck out of here, you amosexual. Go home. Bye-bye. Or just we're going to arrest you if you won't leave.
You know me. I troll them. When
I
go
know.
there.
I like it that way.
I go and I vote in my kilt. And I've had something said almost every year.
Oh, yeah.
What, are you wearing a dress? No. It's a kilt because that's what we did to people after we put them on. Finish your beer and get back in your pickup truck.
Period.
Yeah.
No offense, Tony.
Period.
Prohibition could return? Are you kidding me? Good luck.
No. Oh, fuck that. You know, it's funny because Forbes and Business Insider this week have both had articles about if you're going to leave the U.S. for retirement, here are the best places to go. So they're like, I think that my idea and my concept for my retirement, which has been there for a while before like even the amosexuals took over, I think more and more people are looking at leaving the U.S. Like, you know, when they get to those older states, we're going to lose the senior vote. The senior vote, and when people hit retirement, they're going to be leaving. They're going to be going elsewhere. They might still hold property here as investments, and if they do, then they could still vote remotely, you know, vote by mail or what have you. But outside of that, like, we're not going to hold property here, I don't think. It depends on how much of an asshole, like, you know, some of my relatives are, you know.
Yeah, you mean personally you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you meant American people in general. You have to be more specific about what you just said.
I do kind of mean American people in general because there's these articles are all about how the senior vote and everything that we count on right now for being kind of the voice of reason because they've lived for so long, they're all starting to leave the country to go live elsewhere, right? So
they're not all starting to go leave the country. Neither one of my parents are leaving. They're both in their 80s. They can barely move or travel.
There's a bigger percentage leaving now than there was the previous 5 years.
Yeah, that's if they have the means to do so too. Majority people don't.
Well, wait a minute. That's the point of some of these articles is that the majority of people actually do. They just don't realize it. It doesn't cost that much in some areas. It depends on what you're willing to do.
Well, Brian, you're making a big generalization. I have to hold you back here a little bit here, okay? Okay. Not all old people are leaving to go to other countries. A lot of old people can't afford to do it.
I shouldn't have said all, but a lot of them are.
You know,
but
like, just watch your words. That's all I'm saying. It's like, don't make a big fucking broad stroke like that.
But a lot of them are.
If people have dual citizenship, I bet they're fucking already looking.
Even without that, they can apply for it in several countries, and
you already have it, so it's a different thing.
It's easy for me, but I mean, you could apply for dual citizenship in Canada and get it within 6 months.
It's a lot harder than that to do, I've heard. So, anyway, it's really rich when Betsy DeVos says Biden will stop at nothing to buy votes when he is, you know, forgiving student loans. And Mueller, she wrote, said if helping students with debt is buying votes, then surely giving tax cuts to the wealthy is also buying votes for Trump.
This is the vapid, crazy lady who believed that we needed to put guns in churches, or in schools, rather, because there are bears.
Yes.
Bears could come in through the doors.
Bears exist. Grizzly bears, big giant bears exist.
Do you remember her
yes,
take on that?
I do remember that. It sticks with me still because, we need to...
That's the source of what we're talking about there. And
she wants She is from Grand Rapids, Michigan. She owns Grand Rapids. Her family owns Grand Rapids, Michigan. They have 10 yachts. They're filthy fucking fuck you 1% or rich motherfuckers. They want to privatize schools, so no more public schools, and all federal funding goes to Christian Nazi schools.
And for a second, let's just take that for a second. Privatizing school. What the DeVosses want to happen is basically, I don't want my white kids to mingle with your brown children at any of the parks. So I'm going to make you
or in sports
pay for me
or anything
to take
else.
them elsewhere to a different park and just replace park with school. And that's exactly what they're talking about. It sounds insane when you say the word park, but when you replace it with the word school, suddenly that's law.
Right, yeah.
How does that make that big of a difference? It's you being so racist that you don't want your kid intermingling with other people's kids that you don't like.
Well, that's the way it used to be
They might be
before
dirty.
1965. You know, they want to go back. They want to roll back.
Yeah.
To the good old days. I'm like, when was that?
Yeah.
For anyone except for rich white people. Men, especially.
I love how someone recently pointed out, and I hadn't even thought of about this before, but somebody recently pointed out that anybody that flies the Confederate flag, shouldn't they really be flying a white flag? Because that was really the final flag of the Confederacy.
Yeah. Because they fucking
surrendered.
lost.
They lost. They gave up.
It was a battle flag anyway.
It's a battle flag. Oh, man.
Look at me. I'm cool.
Who cares?
You're
You
dumb.
lost. There's only one American flag, and that's the Stars and Stripes. That's it. There is no other flag.
I love looking for little details on people's tattoos, especially like, people who call themselves patriots, because usually they get the flag wrong.
It's backwards or some shit.
No, it's the order of the stripes
Are wrong.
below the blue field of white stars has to come in a certain order.
I made a Lego that was almost correct. Are you ready for this one? Oh, Jesus, my back hurts.
That is correct.
Well, it's got the 13.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean about
But I don't have
the thing that I look for, the
stars.
stripes that I look for. Yeah, you nailed the stripes. Perfect. Yeah. You would be surprised how many times I see it, and like the tattoo artist has put the red stripe directly below the blue field of white stars. And I'm like, well, that's not the red, white, blue.
2, 3, 4,
You're
5, 6,
fucked.
7, 8,
Yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got the right number. The thing is, I
Yeah.
just couldn't do the 50 stars.
Couldn't do the stars. Yeah, that's fine.
But, hey.
0.
I have my Lego.
Point
I have my Lego
zero.
American flag. That's the only flag we've got.
I'm going to take on the thing with this fucking lighter.
Dude, turn it down. There's a thingy on the side to turn it down.
I am familiar with how to operate
Okay,
lighter.
Jesus. I don't know if you are. Michelle
You are a
said,
disgusting lawyer. Period.
when I see things about these perverted Republican males in red states passing laws to marry children, but they really mean girls. Because I don't know any woman who wants to marry a 12-year-old boy. Force kids into the workplace, ban abortions, reduce the age of consent, etc. I know they're simply perverts, but what about the women who do this? What about them who back these men? I don't get it. You want your 12-year... You want your 12...
The Gilfroys out there?
No, she doesn't have a 12-year-old daughter. So the women who have 12-year-old daughters who are saying, oh, yeah, I'll vote for this. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know if you just don't know that it's happening because you're just watching Fox News and you have no fucking clue as to what the fuck is going on. Or...
And thinking you really need that Trump chassis.
They want to get rid of no-fault divorce. It's literally a war on women. We see it. I see it on a daily basis. I don't know if you see it, but I see it for fucking sure.
I see it when I turn on any of those channels or flip past any of those channels by accident, mostly. And when you see any of the news clips up there, that they are targeting the alpha male guys. You got to sun your testicles, and people
Tan
like
your balls.
Charlie Kirk, who has a 6 head, not a 4 head, it's a 6 head.
I don't know. It's a balloon head.
And that guy like coming out and saying that he's superior because he's a male.
And that all
It's
men
insane.
should marry 15-year-old girls so
Did
that...
these idiots not realize that they were birthed by women in the first
Oh,
place?
God, I don't think they get it.
No.
I don't think they get that they came out of there.
No.
They have zero respect.
No.
They don't give a shit. It's really infuriating. It really is.
I have respect for women. I just don't have respect for my own mother because I'm Irish.
Oh, I have other issues.
I
We don't have to go
give
there.
my mother shite.
I'm gonna come.
So I don't know if
Jesus.
Boston.
I
Is
told
Boston
you
Brian
about
in
that
here?
fucking drop, didn't I?
Is Boston Brian in here? If Boston Brian or Midas Mel is in here, will you please raise your hand? Because
Hello, Benny Loco.
Boston Brian got me. He got me so good.
What do you got, John?
He got me. I got to admit it. I fell for it. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. I don't know, but I got to admit I fell for it. Last Sunday, he did a show.
Yeah.
And he was covering Trump's rally in Pennsylvania. And
I'm sorry.
yeah, and so you know how Trump comes out to that fucking weirdo song by that dude? I forget what it's called.
And I'm proud to be an American.
Yeah, okay, that one. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Lee Greenwood.
Yeah. So in order for Boston Brian
That's who he got the Bibles from.
you know how you get a strike if you play music like on YouTube or whatever? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in order not to get a strike, he started playing the Russian national anthem. And I don't know, I must have missed it. But I'm like, this motherfucker's coming out to the fucking Russian national anthem. And I thought it was real. I thought it was real for like 24 hours until like Celery called me out. Celery's in the house. No, I just see Celery now. Yeah, he bamboozled me really good. He got me.
Well played.
He was
Brian.
so well played.
Well
And
played.
I felt like such a like but then again, who the fuck would put it past him at this point? Like literally, like I would not even put it past him for 2 seconds for him to do something like that stupid. But
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled off a mask and, showed himself to be Blofeld. And be the Bond villain that we all know that he is, But
yeah.
the funny thing is that he's so incompetent. It's more like he's the Superman 3 villain than anything else. Because, he's just like a guy who's just like bumbling and falling over himself all over the place.
Yeah, Celery said, I thought it was the Jan 6 choir at first.
Jan 6 choir.
Oh, Jesus.
No. Ironically, the full phrase is the Jan 6 Choir Boys, and it has nothing to do with singing.
Oh, God, yeah. I know what you mean by that. Boom, boom, boom. Psh. So, anyway,
Thank you, Tony.
yeah, he got me, and I just had to giggle about it.
Very nice.
And I just want to say, nice play, dude.
Well played. Well
But
played.
you got me for about 24 hours until Celery and Mark P set me straight.
Nice.
Jesus.
So, like on Monday, we had Trump going to his first criminal trial, and within the hour, boom, falls asleep. Now, Noel
That's
Kassler,
spectacular.
Noel
It really is.
Kassler said this. He goes, remember when Trump was in office and it was called executive time?
Yeah.
It's because the motherfucker slept in every day and didn't come down till noon.
He was the difficult bitch that he was in his trailer and on The Apprentice, just on our tax dollars at the White House instead.
Oh, yeah. Super lazy, not up early.
Super lazy.
And it takes him a fucking
I'm going to send Alyanka
an hour
instead.
or two.
Alyanka can sit in my chair.
It takes him an hour or two to get all that fucking shit on his face and do his hair.
Jesus, that's got to be at least 2 hours, doesn't it?
It's got to be 2 hours.
He won't share his routine, which his routine is pretty much spraying on glue and then putting that fucking rat's nest up there.
I don't know. I think he's got like a few hairs and he just tangles them all up into that nest, and that's what that is. And then he takes
does some
he takes
crazy
like
whip with it, yeah.
brown makeup, and it looks like he's got diarrhea on his face. Like he just went into face planted into diarrhea, and then he walks out and he's like,
yeah.
oh yeah.
He's
I
got a
look
bronzer
great.
machine
I look so hot.
His bronzer machine is basically, you know, some dude who had Thai food last night bent over in front of him.
I just can't. He's so gross. So
And this is coming from it. I understand that I have like Christopher Walken's hair at this point, but I don't have like the fake tan and all that
I
kind
would
of
say
shit.
Christopher Walken. I would say Christopher Reeves.
Really on this? I don't know. I was driving with the car windows open the whole time. It's been a really nice day
Christopher
around
Reeves,
here.
I would say. Christopher Reeve hair. So
As long as
we've
I have
got.
hair.
So as of now,
Thank you for that. By the way.
we had 7 jurors on Tuesday. 2 said that because after Wednesday, Fox News doxed one of the chicks. Her family and friends all knew it was her. She was getting phone calls, so she kind of had to quit.
Fox News doxed one. Fox News, I think, .com doxed the other, didn't they?
No,
Or-
the other guy was like ripping down posters and on his social media. They found that, so they got him out. Now, right now, as of right now, we're back to 7. We've got we're at 12 right now. I'm sorry, because this afternoon
12
we were
plus
at
one,
7.
One alternate, but they need 5 more alternates.
Right,
Really.
and so
Yeah.
we're
They're
just
gonna
kind of
need 'em.
waiting. I cannot believe. It's very hard for me to believe. They have found. You can find 18 people who aren't impartial to any of this, unless you live under a rock or don't pay a fucking attention
It's
to
fucking
fucking
New
politics
York.
at all.
It's fucking New York, dude. It is a whole different mindset. than
Everybody in
here.
New York knows who the fuck he is and what a fucking piece of shit he was forever.
And whether they're for him or against him, sometimes they might just feel like, you know, I'm not going to tell them if I'm for him or against him. I'm just going to vote the way I'm going to vote, and I'm just going to say, I don't know.
Well, I think
So
you'd
that
have to
they
be
can get on there.
living under a rock or have no social media, so that means you're like 80. You don't know how to use a cell phone.
That's
I
true.
mean, I don't like really.
That's true.
It's
a valid
I don't
point.
know how you can find 18 people who can be impartial. I really don't. For me, it's hard to believe.
They found 13 so far.
For me, it's pretty hard to believe. You know, they have to have like some kind of.
It doesn't have
something.
to be perfect. Don't sacrifice good for perfect, because what
No,
they're looking
I
for
know.
is,
I know what
is
you
the response of good on that.
Yeah.
And I think that they found it easily, and I think they're going to find the rest of it easily, and I think that we're off to the races within the next week.
Yeah. Well, they want to start deliberations or whatever you call them on
Marshawn
fucking Monday.
is marching.
So I think
Marching
it's great.
Marshawn.
No, I think it's great.
I love this guy.
So Monday he fell asleep once. Tuesday he fell asleep twice.
Yes.
Wednesday all he did was fucking break his fucking gag violation.
Yeah.
Violated the gag order.
Because they weren't in
7
court.
or
Yeah.
more times.
They could shoot him up all day and keep him awake.
And
Dude looked like Mickey Rourke when he's in fucking court.
they already have a fucking. Bragg already said he violated all the gag orders before this, so I don't know what happens after this. Everybody's going, put him in a cell for like 24 hours and let him sit there and think about it. Without his phone,
Let him
without
lose
his
a
Secret
Wednesday.
Service, without a fucking phone call, without anybody around him. He's actually safe as a kitten in a fucking jail cell. So,
He
by himself.
might blow up at that, and he might use that. He might be hoping on that. I don't know what's going on
I
in
think he
his
has.
twisted fucking mind.
No, he blatantly violated the gag order several times now. So I think he's asking for it. I think
Yeah,
he said
because he's going to use it
thinks
as election interference.
he wants to be put in a jail cell. He thinks he's
They
going to be.
wouldn't let
Hold
me
on, Brian.
campaign.
Brian. He thinks he's going to be put in with the Secret Service, his cell phone, and all his little cronies to fucking. No, you're going to be in a cell by yourself with no cell phone.
Yeah. You get 2 hours a day of media that you can
And
talk to.
no clean diapers. Nobody there to clean your fucking diapers.
No, they have to provide clean diapers for the, incontinent.
Yeah, but he has to do it himself, which I bet $1 billion he would never do himself. Well, Nada does it
He's
for
gonna
him.
chafe. He's gonna chafe.
So let him smell up the goddamn jail cell for 12, 24 hours. Just let him think about it. He needs to be held accountable. The reason, who was it today that I wrote down? Yeah, why is Trump threatening the jurors? Because nothing happened when he threatened Biden or when he threatened Judge Merchan and his family or when he threatened Bragg, Willis, James, Moss, Freeman, Hutchinson, Jack Smith, Engeron, Chutkin. Unless there's consequences, this demon will never stop. So if you don't hold him accountable, he's not going to fucking stop.
I think Merchan's going to do something on it.
You got to.
I don't think he's going to move something forward on it. Yeah, he's going to move.
As soon as possible.
I don't know if you have a choice.
He's not going to arrest him.
As soon as possible.
Or detain him. He's going to issue the maximum that he can financially wise on him.
In the I think the straw that really broke the camel's back was the post that he put out. It said, they are catching undercover liberal activists lying to the judge in order to get on the Trump jury. And he made it a quote from Jesse Waters, which he did that. But it's still...
Jesse Waters
I don't give a
can't
fuck.
add 2 and 2 together.
I don't care.
Specifically 40 and 40.
Arrest Jesse Waters, too, and put him in a fucking jail cell.
Oh, he's a fucking just too
I
much
don't
of
care.
a moron.
I'm tired of this shit. Start locking up these motherfuckers. I want to see more than fucking Peter Navarro in the goddamn jail cell. Bill Barr. Bill Barr. Bill Barr. He deserves to be under the fucking jail at this point. Jesus Christ.
Have him up against the wall. Against the wall.
No, go through justice. I'm just saying, God damn it. You know, these motherfuckers been getting away with it for a long fucking time, and I'm really getting sick and tired of it. We sit here and we watch it happen day after day after day, and all we can do is vote every fucking 2 years. Get me one too, babe.
That's it.
Yeah, it's really fucking...
That's it, but that's our power. That's what we can do, and that's what we have to keep spreading to everyone that we know.
Yeah.
Vote the blue wave. Vote blue across the board. Don't fuck around with that whole one checkbox that says click here to vote across the board blue.
Yeah.
Go through
The
and mark
reason
each
why-
one instead,
hold on.
because if you mark them both, it nullifies your vote.
Brian, if you say vote Democrat all the way down the ticket, guess what? It doesn't do the judges.
Right.
And we need the judges more than ever. We need to vet the judges that we vote in. And
Never do across the board.
Never do that anymore, you guys.
Never.
You got to go down, tick every fucking box.
Tick everyone. Make selections. Tick everyone. Make certain
Yep.
you make the maximum selections that you can, and then put it through. It's not that much of an effort. I'm not asking you to give me your firstborn. I'm asking you to go out there and spend 2 minutes instead of 30 seconds. 2 minutes is not that much. Go through it. Mark
know who you're
everything
going to
down.
vote for before you go there. That's the other thing.
Mark it on the
And
blue.
also, I want to reiterate what I said on the Benny and Diane show, because women need to know about this. It's very fucking important. Women need to, in southern states especially, they're going to be kicking people off the voter rolls like fucking just like nothing. They don't give a fuck. Keep checking your voter registration on a regular basis. I mean, make it part of your fucking routine.
Make sure somebody doesn't claim that you're
If
dead.
if you have a red Secretary of State, if you have a right-wing Secretary of State, like a place like Georgia, you have got to be paying attention to this on the daily. Keep checking your voter registration.
Preach.
If you also, they want to demand your fucking birth certificate and all this other shit. Well, that stirs up a whole nother fucking monster. So check and find your birth certificate. Do it now, because if you can't find one, it takes 8 to 10 weeks to order a new one. So if you cannot find your birth certificate and they are going to demand it for you to vote, then do that now. And I say women, and I should say people of color.
And get your
any color,
get voter
right? Yeah.
registered. Register to vote, and
Yeah. This is assuming you're already registered to vote. Okay,
Get your ID, get everything.
order the new one. It takes 8 to 10 weeks. If you are a woman and you are married and your birth certificate does not match your name now because you got married,
You have to file for.
you have to
change of name.
find your marriage certificate so it says that you got married, and then you also have to find the change of name paperwork so you can say that my name went from Mary Jones to Mary Russell.
And if you didn't have it, then you have to file it. Yeah.
And here's my change of name and blah, blah, blah. The whole fucking 9 yards.
Yes.
Women, heads up, in southern states, have your fucking head on a swivel because they are coming for you. They are terrified for women to vote.
What am I supposed to do? You won't answer my calls. You changed your number. I mean, I'm not going to be ignored.
I bet they purge women from the voter rolls just before the election in massive numbers in red states. You know, I'm just
Claiming
saying
it's a purge of these are dead voters.
Yeah, they've never voted. They haven't voted in the last 10 years, blah, blah, blah. We don't know if they still exist. They're all dead.
0.001% is the percentage of dead voters that had a vote sent out, had a ballot sent to them, but they didn't respond. Here's why: because they died between having the ballot sent out and actually sending it in
the middle of a pandemic.
They never sent them in. 0.001%.
In the middle of a pandemic.
0.001%.
In the middle of a pandemic.
Exactly.
0. Point.
I mean, I'm sure it happens.
A couple extra zeros in there.
I'm sure it happens.
It's just numbers.
I'm sure it actually happens during regular.
Proud that you recognize there were numbers.
During regular. A very few,
Period.
it'd be probably even smaller than that. That number would be smaller during a regular.
Yeah. But the
year,
whole point
election
is that there's always going to be that small percentage that between when you send the ballot out and the ballot is supposed to be returned,
Holy shit.
they're going to die
Holy
in
shit.
that
Christine
time period.
said, I got a text that I wasn't registered to vote. The link took me to a form to change party registration. You dirty trickster motherfuckers.
Don't do that.
Christine, where are you from? Just curious. What state? This is the kind of shit that I'm talking about.
Yeah, let's make certain people know about this.
Her name is Christine. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, you're not registered to vote, but here you go. Here you can register to vote, but you have to register. Kansas. But you have to register to vote as a Republican for
Kansas. Okay,
sake.
So
Yeah.
be very careful in
Very
Kansas.
red.
I mean, that sounds very much like, the good old boys club up there. Yeah, we're going to tell these little girls how they have to act and what they need to be because they're trying to marry girls at 12.
Yeah.
And if we can move things forward, I'm all for signing every petition that we can get together to move towards a national law for legal age to marry and have it be nothing less than 18. Because that is when they are allowed to divorce your ass if they don't like it.
Yeah, you guys, Moms Russo.
And they're not children. And
Moms
it's not
Russo. To check your registration and to register to vote, go to vote.org.
Yes.
Anyone can go to vote.org, and that is
vote.org.
That's the best place to go to find out if you're registered, where to register, when to vote.
Yes.
All the information is there. Thank you, Moms.
Yes.
Thanks, Moms.
Excellent concept there.
That's what I worry about is all the cheating they will do. Big Steph fan. Yeah, me too. That's the only thing I'm really worried about is the cheating. That they will fucking push all these people off voter registrations. People will get there. It'll be a clusterfuck.
Are we going to be surprised if there's attempted cheating? They attempted cheating before. Some of the people
on a massive scale.
Some of the people before that were the false electors are now actually filing beforehand prior to this next election saying that they believe that there's already interference in the next election.
Yeah.
That's how psycho
they
some of
did
these
this in
people
16.
are.
The election's
Arizona's
rigged.
doing that, by the way.
He did it in 2020. The election's rigged. He's doing it again. Enough of this fucker. He's literally taken a fucking decade of our lives. A decade. I'm so sick and tired of this fucknut. I could
Fuck Donald Trump.
Yes.
Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump.
I could listen to that all fucking day on a loop.
Fucking Democrat.
Well, you just said that in front of Tony, so you know he's going to make that happen now.
It should be the intro to our
And
show.
by the way, every 2 hours, it's going to flip over to Diane.
Yeah, no thanks.
Diane.
No thanks.
There you go.
The devil is alive!
Yeah.
Getting very good at that, though.
Tony's got all the drops. He's the one with all the drops.
Computer says no.
So they tried to fucking impeach Mayorkas yesterday, and it fucking failed spectacularly.
Spectacular.
Oh my God, they just can't stop stepping on their fucking own rakes. They can't.
If I put this up for a vote, are you going to say yes? No. But what if I say that you should say yes? I'm going to say no.
Computer says no.
But if I really want you to say yes, I'm still going to say no. All right. I'm putting it up for a vote.
How about
No.
Yeah.
How about no?
That's literally what happened.
Where's it all the negatives, Tony? Negative. Yeah.
That is
that'll be a
literally
nay
what
from me.
fucking happened.
Negative.
Yeah. Big negative.
Negative.
It was, and it's over, and they can't do anything about it, and they look fucking dumb, wasting fucking more time trying to do this bullshit. So then we come out. It came out last night about the text about funding Ukraine and their plan to fund Ukraine, and the vote is coming up on Saturday, which Saturday is actually 4/20. For anybody those out there who partake. 4/20. They're gonna fucking vote to fund Ukraine. You guys
specifically on a weekend, so that they could also, get just the people that they need in.
It's not during the week, so it'll be not that much in the news, and they don't look like total assholes.
Yep.
Yeah. Good luck with that. You guys already look like assholes.
Yeah. Complete assholes.
You have been for a long time, and just so you know. I love Jeff Tiedrick said, no one ever had to live in fear that Joe Biden would find out their identity. Just saying.
That's a brilliant quote.
It's super brilliant because it's so fucking true. Like, Joe Biden is not going to come after you. Donald Trump will. Donald Trump is a devious, vengeance, ridden old fucking man. Literally, set out for vengeance. The vengeance tour.
Trump will set his minions upon you, as opposed to anything else.
Yeah. And you guys, I don't know if you guys saw the video, but there's literally a video of the Arizona Republicans cheering and clapping with their hands in the air, going woohoo, because they cheer, they clap, they wink at the gallery after blocking another Democratic attempt to repair the 1864 total abortion ban. Literally, they have no fucking shame. I can't imagine cheering about something so fucking despicable and just sadistic and egregious. The words escape me for how fucking gross this is. Gross doesn't none of these words that I say covered what the fuck the video.
Inhuman and inhumane.
Yeah.
I think fit.
Yeah.
At this point.
And I'm like, Democrats should
disgusting.
use this as a fucking political video to vote for Biden. Because guess what? This will happen all over the goddamn country if we don't fucking win. That's it. I don't want to be a slave. I'm sure the black people don't want to be a slave, but women will be slaves. All women. Don't care your color. If you're not white, you're not a male, you're not a Christian, you're a slave or you're in a concentration camp somewhere.
One of those things is wrong with me.
I have a fucking hard time believing that anything else in another Trump administration. from what he said, what Project 2025 says they want to do. Are you fucking kidding me? It's scary fucking shit. Everybody should be fucking terrified of it, not just women.
From Metro Detroit, this is HBL Radio Nation. Yes, it is. And don't forget to like and subscribe and invite all your friends because we're the friendly skies that you should be coming and flying.
Why won't they leave me alone?
Press the big candy-like red button.
Violated.
When we're looking at this right now, as to what's going on, this is why I was saying before, there has to be a blue wave, and there will be a blue wave, because they've waged war against women.
100%.
They've not only waged war against women, they've doubled down on taking women who aren't women because they're under 18, and they've taken so many of their rights away in at least, I could be wrong, I think it's 8 to 12 different states who allow you to marry a 10 to 12-year-old.
And that's a girl. Let's just not say children, kids. Let's
Girl.
say girl.
Because no woman is looking at a 10-year-old boy
And
saying,
going,
I'm
oh my
marrying
God,
that.
I want to bang that dude. Oh, yeah.
I'm
He's
marrying
such a man.
that.
No.
That's not happening.
No.
This is all about legitimizing the pedophile douche nozzles out there.
I am not your guy, friend.
Yep.
I'm not your buddy.
The women in the chat.
Let's
Hold
not
on. Let me
bring
give
the
them.
Canadians
Hold
into
on.
this.
Big Steph fan said, I would think they will lock us all up, slaves in prison. Yep.
Blue wave it.
Kath Zinn said they want women to go back to being property like the 1600s.
Disgusting.
Yeah. The assholes standing there clapping and looking at the fascists in the audience. Oh my God, it was fucking infuriating. They flipped the bitch switch from Wonder Mom 72. Yes, they did. The bitch switch has been flipped, and we're fucking pissed.
Say that one again. Say that one again.
The bitch switch has been flipped.
Hold on. When he's done, say they flipped that.
Wonder Mom said, quote unquote, they flipped the bitch switch. And I'm like, 100%, baby. 100%. I love that.
The whole fucking bar.
Yes. You flipped the bitch switch,
Yes.
and we are going to fucking vote you all out of fucking office. I have to write that down because it's goddamn too
That's
good.
awesome. That's awesome.
I love it.
Thank
That's
you.
why I love
Thank
the
you
chat.
for
You guys
that.
are so funny sometimes, and you say the best shit.
Nice.
And,
Yes.
and it's just, it's so
Yeah.
right on. They flipped the bitch switch.
Flip
How about
the bitch switch?
I want to say that,
Not
and
a
then
phrase I could use or would use.
and I would say row rage after that. Row rage
Yeah,
is
row rage,
real.
yeah. I can get in on row
I
rage.
want that on a fucking t-shirt. I want that on a fucking t-shirt, Tony. I want a fucking sticker.
Tony.
They flipped the bitch switch. Who wants a sticker? Raise your hand. If 10 people raise their hand, Tony will make the sticker.
As soon as possible.
On or off? They switched it on.
I'm raising two hands.
They switched it on.
Now
And
you only need 8.
Say what
Yeah.
again? I dare you. I double dare
Yeah.
you, motherfucker. Say what one more
I want a
goddamn
sticker.
time.
I want
What?
a t-shirt. I want... Lakira said, Diane, goddammit. I don't know what that's in reference to, but okay.
Oh, you're gonna die, you motherfucker! You're gonna die!
You should see the clip on Tony Michael's hat today. I'm sorry I missed it.
But this is what we were talking about before about the blue wave. This is what he's not counting on. This is what the Republicans aren't counting on. Why? Because they're the old boys club who think that women are all still subservient to everybody. And everybody to them is them. Right? So they're subservient to them is what they believe. Which is total bullshit. We know this. Absolute stunning levels of bullshit. But they believe it so hard that it is going to smack them in the face when the blue wave hits, and it's all going to get voted through, and it's all going to be the women's vote that's going to be carrying this through this entire election. Get every woman that you know to vote because it matters. It counts. This is for real.
Allie Osher, never do that. Never, ever flip the bitch switch. Do not ever do that.
Well, as a matter of fact, honey, I'm gonna get high.
It's a bad idea.
Because that's what you do at a fucking party. You get too high, you get too drunk, you stay too fucking long. That's why they call it a party.
When you flip, you know how a guy knows that the bitch switch has been flipped? He knows because his woman is now sitting back, looking outside the window with a cup of tea, and she's stirring it very slowly. So, you're home.
Come out, wherever
Bam.
you are.
Done.
I literally, that is such a good fucking saying. I really want it on a t-shirt. I'm not even kidding.
A good saying. It is.
Wonder Mom, I have to give you credit for that.
Yeah, great. We can actually put Wonder Mom on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put her little.
Put the credit on there.
I'll
for
put
sure.
her little. What do you call it?
Grab the whole quote.
Copyright.
Yeah.
Wonder Mom 72.
TM trademark. Yeah.
No, we like to give credit where credit is due. Okay, so if you come up with something really great, you know, I'll acknowledge it, and I'll give you credit for it. But hell, that is a great thing to say. You flip the bitch switch.
But
now,
that leads us to something.
Now face the consequences.
That leads us to something, which means that if we sell T-shirts for it, she should get at least 5%, right? Because that's something that's going on.
Because
the
guess
Trump
what?
organization said if any
candidate
is
I heard
running
about this,
and they use our name, they have to kick back. They are literally asking for a 5% kickback or kick up.
Whatever.
You're a goddamn disgrace.
It has literally turned into the Gambino family just with public TV somehow thrown in there.
If any Republican...
National TV, not public.
If any Republican
Bob Ross is somehow
uses Trump's likeness or name in...
NIL. So that's name, image, likeness.
Okay, right, okay.
Yep.
Name, image, likeness.
That's my legal opinion.
In a political ad, you have to give them a 5% kickback
through
through the RNC.
Period.
Through the RNC.
Not an attorney, thank you. Yes, you have to give 5% back to him that he can use at his whim.
0.0.
You dick.
7 does this ain't my first row, R-O-E. And then
this ain't my first row. D-O.
Yeah. A kickback to use his fucking name and likeness? Are you kidding me? And the Republicans are going, who the fuck is... What's that?
What?
A mushroom? It's a mushroom. Tony found another mushroom.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking rodeo, and I'm thinking like,
No.
holy...
That is so... It's so cheap. It's so chintzy. It's so mobbed up. It's so... I don't even know what the words are I'm looking for. It's just cheap.
Trumped up?
It's so trumped up.
It's so gilded and trumped up, yes.
Gilded. It's gilded in Trumpness.
Yes.
Gilded like the golden guild, like Gilded Age.
It's the greatest thing ever. I own Trump Tower. No, you don't. You own 5 floors, including the first floor, and the naming rights. That's all you own on that, you fucking loser.
Begging billionaire salary. You know, I don't know a billionaire who begs for money. Billionaires don't beg for money. They just take it from people.
Well, a couple of them do. I mean, Musk does, and, this douche nozzle does, so.
Repeat offender.
All right. So, let's see, where are we? Oh yeah, the cheering. I already got through that because they're assholes. Oh, how about this?
I wish my brother George was here.
I love Jared Moskowitz so much. Isn't he from Florida? I think he's from Florida.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Representative
sure.
Jared
I really don't
Moskowitz. I think he's from Florida. He did an amendment to have Marjorie Taylor Greene officially recognized as Putin's agent.
Think I'm gonna buy it?
Yeah.
In this little document, he said she's blocking aid to Ukraine. She's empowering Putin's unlawful violation of Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Reposted misinformation from a Russian-based disinformation and propaganda channel that is sanctioned by the OFAC.
Yes.
Quote, he said, "It is the sense of the Congress that Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Georgia the 14th, should be appointed Vladimir Putin's special envoy to the United States Congress." Unquote.
I have something on this.
Just
I
like
have something on this. Yeah. He went after her for her overuse of Nazi, of Ukrainian Nazi.
Yep.
She posted, because I'm still on Zitter, but I don't really post
Shitter,
anymore.
we call it shitter.
And when I went over to there, I saw that she had posted, "This guy tried to take me down today, but I schooled him." And if you watch her video, she takes it up to the point where she says, "This was reported in 3 or 4 different newspapers." And she cuts it right there. And the very next thing out of his mouth is those were all found to be false leads. They retracted all of those. So it's one of those things where the pigeon's just shitting all over the chessboard. Doesn't matter how well you play.
No.
Stop!
That's why they flip the chessboard. They're not playing chess. As soon as you get your fucking pieces all set up on the board, they go psh, and flip the whole fucking thing over. They don't care.
They're not playing chess. They're playing pro wrestling.
Yes.
They're strutting around and talking shit, and the person who talks the most shit should win.
These young Democrats are giving me so much hope from Christine. You know what? I gotta say, there was a 22-year-old, 21-year-old, Mark P. How old was that kid that was on Stephanie Miller today? He's a kid to us now.
These kids.
He's in his 20s. But he's got his finger on the pulse, and he knows what he's doing. And they're, I forgot what it was called, voters something. I can't remember the link. Mark P. knows what it is. Anyway, he was so on point. He knew, and it definitely gives me hope to realize that these kids are on top of it. These other kids who are being duped and who are raised by right-wing freakazoids who literally can't pull their head out of their ass. Those are the ones that scare me.
Of course. I'm going to be right back.
It's in print, so believe it. Internet roasts Trump after rambling, paper-clutching rant. Oh, after he got out of the court today, he was clutching a stack of papers and throwing them around, and he wasn't throwing them around. He was just flashing them around. I don't know what the fuck that was all about. Literally, every time he gets out in front of a camera, he's rambling, so it doesn't make any difference. Are we going to watch the takedown? Let's watch the takedown.
Of what?
Of Raskin taking down Comer. Right here.
Number 2, I would like my time restored. And number 3, you have not identified a single crime. Well, what is the crime that you want to impeach Joe Biden for and keep this nonsense going? Why? What is the crime? Tell America right now.
You're about to find out.
What is the crime?
You're about to find out
Name
very
it.
soon. Chair
We
now
inhabit
recognizes
a
Mr.
propaganda
Biggs from
experiment.
Arizona.
Number 2.
Get pissed. Keep doing this. Keep calling them out every fucking time you can. Kathy Zinn said votersoftomorrow.org. Mark P put it up on Twitch. And his name, I just saw his name, Santiago Mayer, and he's 22. And I'll tell you what, wow, this kid's got it going on. And he's got his finger on the pulse, and it makes me just super happy. I don't even know what to say. Really makes me happy to see these young kids getting out there and know what it's all about and see the fuckery and all of it. I just love it. You're about to find out, Comer says. 10 months into it. Yeah. 10 months into it, or like, I don't know. Isn't it years that they've been doing the Hunter Biden laptop thingy? It's been years. And that's kind of connected, and it kind of led to their horseshit about Biden. So I would have to expand that salary to a couple years, not just the last 10 months. But yeah, it's just been a clusterfuck and a hot mess. Aaron West is in here. Hi, baby. How you doing? Kella Hella. Wizzy Buff. Mark P. Jim the Geek. Janelle Walker. Steve from Scotland, we love you, brother. Jen Morgan, thank you. Benny. Lies, yeah. Adam Westish and Midas Kevin. And Christine Gumison, I'm going to say. So, and then we got Black Dragon, Lakira, Big Steph fan, and Elle Toi Black Dragon, and Kathy Zinn over here on Twitch. We had Moms Russo in here. Ellie Osher, Wonder Mom. We just want to thank you guys so much. I can never forget my Steely Dan 68 because, you know, get a warm place in my heart, brother. And everybody who's here, please, you know, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, share the show. You know, we're doing our best over here. What can you do?
Of course you are. Have you ever thought about my responsibilities? Have you ever had a single moment's thought about my responsibilities? Have you ever thought for a single solitary moment about my responsibilities to my employers?
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
So, on top of him falling asleep 3 times, and today, he was wide awake, but he was using his phone in the courtroom, openly flouting the rules of the courtroom, and his lawyer, Blanche, told him to stop it, and Trump tucked his phone back in his pocket while looking annoyed. Oh, too bad. Oh, too bad. Put your fucking phone away while you're in fucking court, you fucking asshole. You've got zero respect for any fucking law, any authority, anything. He thinks he is the authority, and he's just a fucking putz.
If you look at anything that any of his followers are trying to defend...
The indefensible?
It's his right to pay off porn stars that he banged on the side while his wife was giving birth to his illegitimate child, which was actually the Pool Boys.
Him having a fucking extramarital affair, not illegal. Hiding the payments and calling them
douchebaggery.
Wait, hiding the payments and calling them payments to his lawyer is horseshit. David Pecker
using money from his PAC to pay his attorney. Fraud,
to pay off a porn star.
Fraud. You know, business misdealings.
And imagine
all of the above right there.
Imagine if after...
That's what we're talking about.
Imagine if after I grab him by the pussy because I can, because they let you do it because you're famous. After that...
Douchebaggery, but it's not illegal.
It's douchebaggery.
Yeah.
Not illegal. It came out before the election.
Yeah.
What was buried was the McDougal and Stormy Daniels story.
Of course.
If that had come out before the election, I don't know. That might have clinched it. Benny Loco says Jill Stein.
I really think that if it came out before the election, I'm thinking that it definitely would have swung.
You got the grab him by the pussy, porn star, and
how did they bury the grab him by the pussy in the first place, though? Because that was out there. That much, at least, was out there. Billy Bush got fired over that
Billy Bush
shit.
got fucked over by that.
Yeah.
How about Michael
he
Cohen
made
went
it
to
past
prison
that.
for the payment?
So do we really think that it would have had that much of an effect on his... Would it have maybe bolstered some of his voters? I don't know. These people are fucking,
At that
WWE.
point,
They're fucking, World Wrestling Championship type voters. I don't know what the fuck they're going to go in for. This guy is like, they're happy that he grabbed a chair and swung at somebody. Doesn't matter if it was a baby or not.
He's had 9 years to fuck around.
Oh, he's had longer than that. He was in WWE
hold on,
14
Well, I'm sorry,
years
I was
ago.
coughing from smoking weed. Jesus.
All right, let me catch up. Hold on.
Now, it was a catch and kill story.
Make sure you like and subscribe and tell your friends.
Catch and kill.
Oh my God, just leave her alone. Just leave Benny Loco alone.
Just
leave her alone.
David Pecker, how many other...
We love you, Benny Loco.
How many other catch and kills that we don't know about? There could be a lot. We don't even know about.
What do you mean could be a lot? There are.
I know.
A lot.
Think I'm gonna buy.
I know.
Could be a lot.
I know. Weed is too good.
This is the first time that they've ever done this.
Weed is too good now. I can't even barely smoke it anymore. Leave me alone, Penny.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Yeah. Now, after the Access Hollywood tape, the Stormy Daniels came out, he'd lose the evangelical vote, for sure. They wouldn't have been on his side after that, honey. I really think he knew it. Why do you think he tried so hard to fucking cover it up? That was a fucking... That's a cover-up.
Yeah. I like Stormy now, but I can't get past the fact that
oh God,
Stormy slept with him in the first place and entered this
How
contract.
about McDougal said she was in love with him. She had a 10-month-long affair with him. It wasn't just a little one and done.
Barf.
Lots of Miss Teen USA stories, I'm sure. Oh, God.
The statements he made on Howard Stern. I posted a thing about. Did you see this?
No, I've seen it.
I posted a thing about that on Facebook recently to a MAGA friend of mine's post. And one of his buddies was like, he barely read it. He didn't listen to it. And he was like, what? He likes to walk backstage while girls are getting undressed? I'd like to go with him. And I'm like, you fucking pedophile piece of shit. What are you fucking doing?
Yeah. You have kids?
I went at him. I'm like, that's the Miss Teen USA he's talking about on Howard
Teenagers,
Stern.
yeah. Petrozzi.
15.
Petrozzi 20. I can't wait for David Pecker to take the stand and tell all. I think this is going to be a bombshell. If he tells all.
Unleash the Pecker.
Unleash the Pecker. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, that's
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
If we need T-shirts, we need Unleash the Pecker on one side.
Oh my God, he just shit himself.
Brian,
thank you.
Read Benny Loco's chat out loud, please.
Where am I looking at here? The large.
It's all caps. You gonna read it?
All caps. Oh, we can't get past the fact that you voted for Joseph. Oh, thank you for that, Benny Loco.
Gotta bust your balls.
It's so great to be judged by people who've never made a mistake.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
To my gods and goddesses, I can only say, forgive Amir Lynch.
You're being very undue.
I wasn't following politics at the time in the U.S.
I know.
I was a musician, and I was on a lot of drugs.
A lot.
Now I'm not a musician. End of statement.
Oh my God. You know, I can't wait. Well, the thing is, I wish all this shit was on a fucking reel. Like real cameras. Now we don't have a goddamn sketch artist and all this bullshit. They put fucking Fonnie Willis through the goddamn ringer. Why can't we do that to fucking Trump? It's a state case.
They continue to.
It's a state case. It's not a federal.
Have you seen the recent shit on that? They continue to. They're pushing against the current prosecutor that she put into place for it. And they are continuing to fight that entire aspect of it. They are going to fight until, until the cows come home on that, because it's Fonnie Willis.
Big Steph Sands that blame the drugs. You asshole.
Wait a minute. I don't blame the drugs. Simply because of the fact that the drugs didn't expect me.
You are a disgusting lawyer. Period.
I'm not a lawyer, but I do have legal opinions.
Yeah.
Snap out of it.
That sometimes affects millions of dollars.
I know, Adam. It's really gross. Should I read it? I don't know if I really want to read it.
I don't know.
Everybody knows it already. Okay, the girl with Epstein was 13, and there was 2 or 3 more her age, 12 to 14. One a Filipina girl. Also alleged they smacked the poor girl around after they were done. That's what you missed, Adam, is after Donald Trump fucked her and she was a child. Yeah, allegedly.
Why do you think the island was so close to Thailand? And why do you think all the pedophiles all go to vacation in Thailand?
It's gross.
There's no sex laws in Thailand, apparently.
There's no coincidences.
No.
It takes a lot of fucking planning for a coincidence.
Yeah. Oops.
Oh,
I'm a pedophile and I happen to have an island
right next to fucking Philippines. Jesus Christ. Hero of the stupid, 100%. No, I'm just, I hope there's a lot of shit comes out of this, and he looks like such a fucking piece of shit that we all already know that he is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That it just really, it buries him in so much more shit that he can't unbury himself out of this.
It says so much to me that one person pointed this out, and he's started complaining that, well, the judge isn't going to let me take off the day that Barron is going to be graduating so I can attend his graduation ceremony. And first of all, he didn't file the correct paperwork to do that. The judge also did not final rule on it, so he could still allow him to do it. And most importantly, somebody pointed out, could Eric or Don Jr. or Alyanka show any photos of him at their graduating ceremonies?
None.
Did he show up for any of their graduating ceremonies? Can you please? And some dude put out a $1,000 bounty on any photos that anybody could come up with that showed that he was at their graduating ceremonies.
No.
Because of course he did
there.
not give 2 shits about his.
How about Jan Morgan said also Russia has stolen 100,000 Ukrainian children to sell them into porn. No laws in Russia for child porn. Sick bastards. Yeah, sick bastards is
disgusting.
Right. That's what they're all sadistic. They're all sadistic pedophiles. Like that's all I see.
Yeah, that's one of the aspects.
And Adam adds to that story about the 12-year-old girls, and then he harassed her until she was scared for her life and disappeared after bringing the lawsuit against Trump, the former 13-year-old. Yeah, he threatened her life and her family's life. That's the only thing you're leaving out of that, Adam.
You're goddamn right I did.
It's really mafia style rule. Like I've never.
Where are the good humans who should be shielding these kids? Where are the good humans who should be walking up and protecting these kids and helping them move this forward? Where are the good humans here?
how about where's the fucking FBI? Where was the FBI when how about when that fucking weirdo freak was diddling the girls at U of M for the gymnastics team?
Yeah,
there's
Larry Nassar.
hundreds of
Larry
girls
Nassar.
there.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
They even reached out to
Yeah.
the fucking FBI and they did nothing. They did nothing.
Do you know how many guys are out there thinking that, like, you know, my cousin went through that and I would love to kill this motherfucker with my bare hands? I mean, come on.
Where the fuck is anyone? There's nobody's around when fucking women are in fucking trouble. It's crickets. But oh my God, you know, like Bernie Madoff, he went after rich people, and my God, it was fucking on every fucking front page news story, everything.
I might lose a point on my dividends.
0.
And that's something that's very important that people need to understand. There is.
What are you talking about?
I'm making a quick switch here. Because when the Republicans are talking about how, oh, well, income this, income that, when we're talking income tax, Republicans are moving more towards trying to get more money off of dividends and investment returns than they are off income or taxable income. So we have to be careful of that. We have to make certain that anything that comes up, any bills that come up, we have to make certain that it's not just income tax, that it's dividend tax as well.
I don't know what dividends are.
That's a lot of words.
The returns on your stock investments.
Okay.
That's a lot of words.
Most people don't have that. So
the Republicans do.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying we have to watch out for this. We have to make certain that things are aligned. You can make everybody pay the same tax for income, but the people who make most of their income not off income but off dividends,
okay, I know what you mean
it's not
now.
going to affect them.
Okay, now I get what you mean. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Sorry, it was a
I
heavy
won't
thing,
make
but
you
yeah.
read the next Benny Loco. I won't make you read it.
What?
And you blow it!
She's just gonna bust your balls, dude.
Why is Benny Loco busting my balls? I've never been nothing but nice to her.
I
What's
know.
going on?
Well, she's just busting your balls a little bit. You know, it's not.
On the
it's not
Jill
that-
Stein thing? She can't
Yeah,
get
she
past
said, "Watch that eagle doesn't get to you for voting for Jill Stein." Because he's got the eagle on behind you instead of the Irish flag. He's got the eagle.
Oh, hi.
Hey, other side.
Oh.
I did.
So.
Just a little ball busting going on.
okay.
Come on,
All right,
you know,
yeah.
you got to laugh about it a little bit.
Well, I did for a dozen years, but it's been past that now, if you still want to go for it.
No, it's just a little ball busting. Don't worry about it. You know.
Who'd you vote for when you turned
Fucking
18?
Happens all the time. So, Tristan Snell, and I have to agree with this one. Stop calling it the hush money case. Start calling what it really is, campaign cover-up. Campaign cover-up to hide the truth from the American people to steal the 2016 election.
Campaign fund misappropriation is the thing that you're going to nail them on
Campaign
there.
finance violations, that's what it is.
Exactly.
Literally. And how about this one? I love this list. This is a list of all the people who have pled guilty to crimes because of Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Jenna Ellis, Kenneth Chesbro, Sidney Cheesebro, Sidney Powell, Michael Cohen, Alan Weiselberg, Rick Gates, Paul Manafort, George Papadopoulos, Roger Stone, Michael Flynn, George Nader, Elliot Brody, Steve Bannon, Chris Collins, Sam Payton,
The usual suspects.
The Trump Corporation, the Trump Payroll Corporation, and the Trump Foundation, and Trump University. But now we've got Donald Trump, like the state of New York, not against Trump Foundation, against Donald J. Trump. So that's why he's not gotten in trouble yet because he keeps putting it up around the foundation, around the payroll corporation, and his fucking university, which is just a fucking joke. It's unbelievable. So, and somebody said he had 4,200 civil suits before this, but I saw a number that was bigger than that, and I'm looking for it. I'm not finding it, but it was over 70 or 7,000. It was like 7,200. 7,200. Somebody did the math on all the fucking civil suits that he had literally before he became president. And that means all the ones that maybe he even settled and let go of.
You could break it down by project, because Trump Casino that he opened up, that was at least 1,200 different lawsuits against him because he didn't pay anybody on that job. The tilers, the guys who did the tile,
drywall, painters, anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody got fucked.
The people that actually did the work, they all had to sue him, and they all had to either settle for nothing or they all got completely fucked. Yeah.
Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump.
Dr. Jack Brown said Trump or his surrogates will threaten or try to bribe the jury to think otherwise is naive as fuck. And I have to agree with that. And we've already seen it. He's already threatened them. Has he tried to bribe them? Has he gotten I don't think they know who it is yet, so he can't really do that. Once he finds out who they all are, that's a whole nother fucking story.
Yeah, there's all kinds of
need
lines
a list
to be
of how
crossed
many
there.
Need a list of how many small businesses he bankrupted. You know what? There was a dude that was going around a viral video on Shitter. That
I think it's over 200, isn't it?
That I don't know, but a dude, he said the reason why I'm a Republican and I will never vote for him and I've changed affiliates and is because I had a friend. He got involved with Donald Trump, and he literally would not pay him. And then he literally sold off.
That's his MO.
Yeah, sold off all his business, sold off the like it was like what do you call them, like bulldozers and heavy equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
He sold off all his heavy equipment, got the money for that, went to the bank, cut all the checks to all the people that worked for him, and sent them out, and then went home and killed himself.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Thank you, Tony.
That's what the fuck that motherfucker did to just one dude. And I'm sure he bankrupted hundreds of other corporations or little small businesses.
In the documentary that I saw that was all about Trump Casino, it was like 71, like from that alone, 71 businesses. And they were interviewing guys who are like, I did the work. My work is beautiful. You can still see my work to this day. I've never been paid for this work.
Put that in your
These
book.
guys, they went under. They couldn't continue doing business because this asshole, was holding them up in this, he feels that he's more powerful than them, therefore he can just not pay them. And that's not exactly how that works.
Forever.
Violated!
Yeah, this is what I was bringing up earlier. Trump has basically stolen a decade of normal life from America and replaced it with an antagonistic feeling of occupation.
2 decades, yeah. 2 decades. Remember, he was there with Grimace.
Listen to the words carefully. Trump has not full story, basically stolen a decade of normal life from America and replaced it with an antagonistic feeling of occupation. It's so fucking true. Like, we've been occupied all of a sudden by these motherfuckers that, we didn't really see this coming. Some of us were too young to see this fucking shit coming, and then all of a sudden it's fucking here.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we know how much influence he had prior to it having an influence on him on the Tea Party.
Tea Party was all about fucking Donald Trump.
So you think he started Tea Party and got that going?
Well, it all started with birtherism.
He was a Democrat when the Tea
Party. Yeah.
Birtherism. It started before that. It started with the Central Park Five. It started before that, when him and his dad got sued federally for not letting black people fucking move into their fucking apartment buildings. This motherfucker has been in fucking trouble with the law forever. Daddy put him in military school because he couldn't fucking
bone spurs
handle himself in a private schools.
Yeah.
He was beating up his teachers who tried to throw out his roommate out a fucking second-story window. These are all fucking true stories.
You know what I love about the true stories about Trump? Are that his kid that he's trying to say that he needs to get to his graduation for is a good foot taller than him, looks nothing like him in any way, shape, or form. His wife looks...
There's so much doubt that he's even his kid. Yeah.
Just like Jan Michael Vincent in his prime before he died. And
Tony, enough of that fucking drop, dude. I can't.
That drop is terrible.
Enough.
I agree. That drop's terrible.
Raise your hand if you want that drop to go.
Is it supposed to
been
be
screwed over by rich people who are working for
But the pool boy at Mar-a-Lago is 7'2", so of course Barron is going to look a lot like that guy.
Since March 26th, Trump's media stock has dropped more than 60%.
Yes. Wait a minute. They are touting the fact that it moved up today. So Diane, they didn't lose 62%. They lost 58%. Still a massive loss, but they're claiming, oh, it's not that bad. They're claiming that because it actually went up a tick today. Just a
Associate yourself with that cause, asshole.
Exactly. And where the hell is my favorite litigant of all time, Mike Lindell?
Oh, God.
Have you heard any of the shit going on with him?
What's going on with him now?
He is done. He has nothing to send out. He has nowhere to send it out from. All of his shit's been seized.
I heard he got another phone seized recently.
No. He was
remember when his phone was...
He was appealing his phone being seized by the FBI, and they came back and they said, you have absolutely no cause to appeal to us whatsoever. Goodbye. Click.
And I think they seized another one of his fucking phones. I mean, I read that. I don't know if it's true. I haven't really read it anywhere else. The problem is that Donald Trump literally fucking just, floods the zone, and you can't fucking barely any other news besides what's going on with him. So, I mean, because
people don't understand that the whole aspect of the tax returns that Biden just released his, everyone else is releasing theirs. Trump still isn't releasing his. Yep. You know why? Because in the very early stages of any legal matter, you have to have discovery. And one of the big parts of discovery is how much are you worth? How much can we go after?
Yeah.
That is a big part of it. So you have to release all that shit. So if you delay releasing that, that's the whole reason why they delayed so long in filing for everything. When they say, why did they wait until just before the election? They didn't. They tried to do it 3 years ago, but you delayed for 3 fucking years by not releasing your fucking taxes. You fucking orange douche nozzle.
Fucking asshole. He hasn't released his taxes in 9 fucking years. We haven't seen hide nor hair. We've seen a few pages here and a few pages there. I'm sorry, people.
They won't let me release
If
them.
you cannot see his fucking tax returns, that means he's owned by China, Russia, South. Where the fuck is the IRS?
It's Thursday night. We're about to make it Saturday fucking night.
Oh, IRS. Oh, sorry. You looked at me and I was thinking like maybe IRA, but...
No, where the fuck is the IRS? It's a good fucking question. It's 7:06. We're past our time.
Way
past. Look, you guys.
Way past. We're riled up.
No, it's a good fucking question. Where
Get
the fuck
the blue wave going.
is the IRS? Road rage is real. And I'll tell you what. They flipped the bitch switch. We're not going backwards.
I, as a human being and as a man, I personally stand behind every one of my female counterparts out there. I stand behind every woman behind me. I stand behind every woman in front of me. I stand behind every woman that I have in a relationship with. My friends, my wife, my producer, all of this.
All the ladies.
I am here to help and support and to move forward, and let's make it happen. Blue wave, let's make it happen.
First you don't succeed,
Yep.
keep on sucking till you do succeed.
You flipped the wrong fucking bitch switch, motherfuckers. We're coming after you, and thank you so much for everybody being here.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you for hanging out at HBL Radio Nation. I'm Diane Russell.
I'm Brian P. Gallagher. We're a little late, but thank you so much.
And we'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. Please like, subscribe, and peace out.
And bring your friends. Do it. Do it now.
It's time for Hal.
Don't look at him.
Hal.
Go in there and tell everybody you're coming from HBL Radio Nation. Wade Hal.
Fucking Democrat.
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, couldn't reach the way to burn, so yeah. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, have a motor with a dual quad. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing to the top of spot, oh no. Oh no. I don't care where she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why. She probably start to cry. Oh yeah.
Yes, we do drive Chryslers.
Sipping out of bitchin' cars, racing on the way to Mars. Oh no, 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 no. Sipping out of bitchin' cars, they're gonna put me behind the bars. Oh no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, and my mother with a dual quad. I don't care where she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why. She'll probably start to cry. Lies, lies, lies,
We are trailing a long-haired Caucasian in a 1970 Dodge Super Bee. We are in pursuit right now. He's getting away from us. We lost him. License plate registered to a William Carr Gaffney. Hey, isn't that guitar guy? One time I heard him play Believer by Ozzy. It was sweet.
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing to the top of spots. Oh no. Stop breaking the law! Stepping out of bitchin' cars, gonna race you all the way to miles. Oh no, no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, and motor into a quad. I don't care, cause she's always in my hand. Don't ask me why, she will start to cry.
Kiss my ass. Put that in your book.
Now, a warning?
wish you the way to find so yeah. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, have a motor with a dual quad. I'm fucking around stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing to the top of spot, oh no. Oh no. I don't care where she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why, she'll probably start to cry, oh yeah.
Yes, we do drive Chryslers.
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing on the way to Mars. Oh no, 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 no.
Saturday fucking
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, they're gonna put me behind the bars. Oh no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, have a motor with a dual quad. What an asshole. I don't care what she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why, you should probably start to cry, no, no.
We are trailing a long-haired Caucasian in a 1970 Dodge Super B. We are in pursuit right now. He's getting away from us. We lost him. License plate registered to a William Clark Gaffney. Hey, isn't that guitar guy?
They all burn in
hell. I heard play Believer by Ozzy this week.
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing to the top of spots, oh no. Infected animals. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, gonna race you on the way to Mars, oh no, no. Got everyone to do. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, and motor in a dual quad. I don't care, cause she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why, she will start to cry. Yeah, yeah, Is everybody gay?
And there he was,